All right, let's jump right in. There's this mindset hack floating around that's been getting a ton of buzz, and for good reason. It's supposed to help you deal with all those difficult people in your life. But what's really interesting, what we're going to get into today, is that it's actually a clue, a breadcrumb trail that leads to a much deeper psychological pattern. We're going to uncover the secret to way less stress in your relationships.
So, does this sound familiar? You're just completely wiped out. Totally exhausted from trying to get someone to text you back or show up when they say they will, or just, see things your way for once. It's this draining, frustrating cycle, right? Well, it turns out there's a very real reason we get stuck in it.
And that's where this idea comes in. It's so simple, but wow, is it powerful. It was popularized by Mel Robbins, and she calls it the let them theory. And the whole idea is right there. If someone wants to do something, let them. Just like that. It's meant to be an instant mindset switch, a way to just drop the rope in that tug of war of trying to control what you can't control.
Okay, so let's get into how this actually works, in real life.
So just think about all those little daily frustrations. That person who's not texting you back, instead of staring at your phone and driving yourself crazy, you just let them. Or your friend who cancels on you. Again, let them. And look, the key here is that this isn't about saying what they're doing is okay. Not at all. It's about you deciding to stop pouring your precious energy into trying to fix them or change their mind. It's about setting yourself free.
And this is so important. This is not, I repeat, not about being a doormat. It's not about just rolling over and letting people treat you however they want. Nope, far from it. This is actually step one in taking back your power. It's about redirecting all that energy and taking control of the one thing you actually can control, yourself.
And this right here, this is the other half of the magic. Mel Robbins calls this the let me part. See how it flips the script? The focus completely changes. So a friend cancels, you think, okay, let them, and let me go spend my time with friends who are excited to see me. Someone won't text back, let them, and let me stop wasting my energy chasing them. A coworker steals your idea, let them, and let me get way better at documenting my work and speaking up for myself. See? You go from just reacting to their behavior to taking powerful, deliberate action for yourself.
All right, this sounds pretty amazing, right? Simple, powerful, but let's be real. If it was that easy, wouldn't we all be doing it already? So what is it? Why do we have this almost knee-jerk reaction to jump in and fix and manage and basically take over for other people?
Well, to answer that, we have to go a little deeper. We're going to move from this popular mindset hack into a really solid, well-established psychological idea called Bowen Family Systems Theory.
So here's the key term from this theory: overfunctioning. It's basically when you, probably without even realizing you're doing it, take on way more than your fair share of responsibility in a relationship. And you might be wondering, why would I do that? Well, the driving force is usually anxiety, your own anxiety. You jump in to rescue or fix or manage someone else because on some level, it makes you feel less anxious.
And once you see this pattern, you see it everywhere. It's the mom who's still managing her 20-year-old's entire class schedule. It's the partner who literally makes every single decision, from finances to what's for dinner. It's the boss who micromanages every little thing because they're terrified something might go wrong. And in every single one of these cases, the person who's overfunctioning is accidentally making everyone else dependent on them and creating a ton of stress for themselves in the process.
So if that's the problem, this overfunctioning pattern, what's the solution? How do you get out of it? Well, Bowen's theory gives us a really powerful alternative. It says, instead of trying to lead or control other people, you shift your focus to leading yourself.
And this is basically the roadmap for how to do it. It's not just a quick thought change, it's a whole process of becoming more emotionally mature. It all starts with just awareness, right? Noticing when you're doing it. Then you work on self-regulation, so learning to handle your own anxiety instead of trying to control what someone else does. A huge one is just learning to pause before you react. Asking yourself, wait, is this actually my problem to solve? And that pause, that's what lets you redistribute the responsibility to let other people handle their own stuff. And probably the hardest part, it's building up your tolerance for that uncomfortable feeling of not being in control.
Let me give you a quick example. Take Sarah. For her whole life, she was the responsible one. Anytime her sister had a problem, Sarah would swoop in and fix it. Total overfunctioning. But then she started to see the pattern. She learned to take a breath, to deal with her own worry about her sister's choices, and to just step back.
And what happened? Not only did Sarah's stress level go way down, but their whole relationship got healthier because her sister finally had the chance to learn how to handle things herself.
Okay, so we've got these two really cool ideas on the table now, right? You've got the simple let them theory, and you've got this deeper concept of leading yourself. They're both trying to get you to the same place, less stress, better relationships, but they come at it from totally different directions.
And this chart lays it out so clearly. Think of the let them theory as this amazing first aid kit. It's a mental trick, a cognitive reframe that can give you instant relief in a stressful moment. Leading yourself, on the other hand, is like the deep, long-term physical therapy. It's about understanding the whole system, working on your own emotional growth, and creating real, lasting change that affects not just you, but the whole relationship dynamic.
So here's the real takeaway. It's not about let them versus lead yourself. It's not a competition. The best way to think about it is that one is the gateway to the other.
It really boils down to this. The let them mindset can give you relief, and that is huge. It can stop you from spinning out in the moment. But learning how to lead yourself, to really manage your own stuff and fundamentally change how you show up in your relationships, that can give you freedom.
So, the final question I want to leave you with isn't just about whether you should let go or not. It goes deeper. It's about why you're letting go. When you decide to step back, are you just stepping back to avoid a fight? Or are you actively stepping up for yourself, for your own peace, for your own growth? Because that choice, that's everything.